Apple just released the iPhone 53, which they made the first prototype of last year. You won't be able to charge it without a dongle though, unless you charge it via Bluetooth, which is kind of impossible since the Bluetooth really drains your battery. Facebook still exists, but it consists purely of Game of War ads and Mark Zuckerberg blocking right-wing content in livestream. People now use Snipple instead. It's like Snapchat, but you send virtual reality videos to your friends. They can only be half a second long though, so it's time to get really creative. They finally found Tupac. He was hanging out in Brazil with Elvis, Michael Jackson, and 127-year-old Hitler. They finally found the cure for cancer, but unfortunately Google told me that it causes autism. Speaking of thinking that your opinion matters, the average temperature of the world is now 83 degrees. We also still use Fahrenheit for some reason. They changed the temperature at which water boils in Fahrenheit just when you finally got it memorized. Virtually every Disney star has died of a heroin overdose, but Betty White is still alive. Mike Pence ran for president again under the pseudonym of Donald Trump, but he lost to Harambe because apparently that's still a thing. Music is now entirely electronic, but it's pretty much just the dial-up tone because everything else has been used already. The Oscars are still suspiciously white, and SNL is still suspiciously diverse, but people still consume both purely in highlights found on social media. Literally everyone is now hopelessly addicted to caffeine, and Starbucks now owns both Portland and Seattle outright. No one knows how to do trade jobs anymore, so we're back to domestically abusing our electronics in the hopes that they get the message and start working. Smartphones are still getting bigger, and they're back to the size that they were in the 80s. The battery still hasn't improved though, and it lasts for 36 hours while turned off. Gas is now $32 a gallon because we bombed the hell out of the oil fields, and lobbyists have made electric cars illegal. It doesn't matter as much as you think though, because, well, we don't have the infrastructure to actually drive anywhere anyway. So I think the future is going to be pretty great once you get past the fact that America is going to fall to socialism. But of course we won't call it socialism, we'll call it something that has a better connotation, like the United Community Movement. We'll have to come up with a different name for African Americans too, because that had a connotation which isolated that community from the rest of the American population. No one could have ever predicted the fall of America to socialism though, because who would have known that Americans wouldn't have liked equality when our society is based around sports that don't allow for ties. Guys, thank you so much for watching the end of this video. If you liked it, then hit that share button because your friends probably will too, and if you're new here, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week with another video.